I made so many mistakes with this myself, hiring the wrong people, because I didn't understand color personality. You have to understand personalities and people. People are driven by hormones and people are driven by certain things. Positions have different drives because of their personality. How you can hire a high-performing team for your agency. This is what we have learned hiring ourselves over the past 5 years as well, working together with lots of agency founders, 7, 8-figure founders over the past years. And there will be a lot of things, and there will be a surprise for you guys at the end, so you will get a lot of our templates, so stay tuned. First step when you guys want to hire is you need to first decide which position are you going to hire and when, okay? And to do that, before you hire anybody, you got to do what I call the EAD framework. So you got to first of all think about eliminating, automating, and delegating. So the first exercise I have for you guys, and we have a template for this ready for you so you can do that exercise, is you have to do a list of everything you do right now on a weekly, daily, and monthly basis. We have a super nice Notion sheet for you guys that you can have at the end where you can brainstorm all your tasks, give it a time estimate, rate the importance of it, and how much you're liking that stuff even. And then you can sort it, and then you start to understand, okay, that's the stuff I should actually start to work on first. Same thing with weekly tasks. And then there's a super cool framework. You might have seen this already. Patrick has something like this actually in the modules. And there's tasks, that cost you money, and there's tasks that actually bring you a lot of money. And so you need to think about rating tasks in terms of how much they impact your business in terms of costs or gain per hour. There's tasks like, that cost you money if you surround yourself with negative people, and there's the big needle-moving tasks like hiring, public speeches, signing big deals, delegating difficult tasks, and so on. So that's what you should think about. Then, first step, eliminating or reducing. Think about activities that cost you money, that are not really bringing you any money, that you cut away. Also think about how can you streamline your operations, your offer. Don't offer millions of services, focus on one service, and that way you can eliminate already a lot of tasks and don't need to hire for that. So do that first. Second one, automating, right? Anything, Marcel talks about this a lot, anything that can be automated, do that first. Onboarding automations, contract signing, invoicing, check-ins, meeting notes, follow-ups, emails, even for your personal life. Get a robot vacuum cleaner. You can automate in cleaning, so think about what stuff can be automated. And then thirdly, tasks that cannot be eliminated or delegated, those are the ones that you have to then delegate, okay? That have to be done by a human. Examples, client support communication, get account manager. Housekeeper for cooking, washing, cleaning at home. We have complete SOPs for this. Personal assistant, booking doctor's appointment. We have an SOP for this. Lead generation, lead gen VA. We have an SOP for this. Appointment setter, freelancer, website designer. We have like SOPs for all of that you guys can have. But this is examples where you then start to outsource. This is what I recommend anybody. Anybody of you guys should have a VA. If you're a business owner and you want to start delegating, get a VA first, delegate low dollar per hour tasks, delegate that. And then next step, start getting more specialized freelancers or VAs for those medium skilled per hour tasks, which is stuff, for example, editing the website. You shouldn't tweak your own website. Get a freelancer for that stuff, okay? These are the first hires. Then, second thing, once you hired assistants, you're going to start analyzing constraints in your business. So this way you're going to think about, what's the biggest bottleneck in my business? We have a complete SOP how you can ask yourself what you should focus on. So, do I right now need more money or do I need more time, right? And there's more questions like this where you can dive deeper into, should I hire for sales or should I hire for operations, right? And once you understand what the biggest bottleneck in your business is, then you should hire accordingly, okay? And then thirdly, organizational chart. You should right now ask yourself, if you already have a team, how is the structure looking in my company right now? And what should the company look like for the scale level that I'm trying to hit? Some of you guys are happy with like getting to 20, 30, 40K. Others want to scale to 100K, 200K, 300K per month. And the company will look totally different depending on that. So we have templates here, map that out, an org chart, how your company looks like right now with your team. And then think about, like here's an example for agencies, where you have, for example, on the left here, the sales department. Here you have client fulfillment department, marketing department, executive assistant, operations. And then you make a hiring plan where you say, hey, like a traffic light, in the next 3 months, that is more urgent. For example, we need an executive assistant. then we're gonna hire a media buyer, and then we're gonna hire appointment setters. And that way you can build your ideal structure for your company based on responsibility in org charts. So now we know, let's say we know operations is the most important thing, we need to hire an account manager that takes over the client calls, right? So now we need to understand, okay, who's the ideal person for that position? Now, this is the absolute game changer, guys. I want you to understand the following concepts. I made so many mistakes with this myself, hiring the wrong people, because I didn't understand color personality. If you take one thing away, take a picture of the following graph. You might have seen it already, but this is the game-changing graph. This is, my whole life is based on this graph, not joking. So the idea is like you have to understand personalities and people. People are driven by hormones and people are driven by certain things. Some people are driven more by competition, by success, by money, by status. Others are more driven by organization, attention to detail. Others are more driven by humor, fun, creativity, love of life. And you need to understand this, and positions have different drives because of the personality, okay? And so we have completely written out in our SOPs, you will get this at the end, what person you should hire and what color for what position. For sales, you need red personalities, competitiveness, driven, action. For operations, you need blue people, you know, attention to detail, organized, perfect for media buyers, perfect for operations people, and so on, okay? More on that on there. And then, once you know the type of person you're looking for, you create the scorecard. So the scorecard is a description of what the role should look like and how success in the role looks like. Again, we have complete templates for this. Most people don't do that. They never define properly the position, and that's why you don't attract A players. So 5 elements, let's go through all of them. So example for the mission, account manager. This is basically in one sentence, what's the purpose of the role? You have one job. For account manager, ensure clients get results, are happy and continue with us long term. Everybody gets that, right? In one sentence. Here's more examples for other positions. We will send you all of those at the end. Then here, second thing is success KPI and outcomes. What KPIs determine success in that role? And what outcomes do you want the position to achieve? So that means an account manager should not have a task list. An account manager should clearly say, you should achieve this client satisfaction score. For example, 9 out of 10 per month by December 31st. You should increase the customer retention to that and that percent, or decrease churn to that and that percent. And they should be measured by that. That should be in the job post. That's how you attract A players, because they know there are high standards in the companies, okay? Super important that you have that, and we have that also for other positions. Graphic designers will give you that template. Appointment setter will give you that template. So stay tuned for the end when we'll give you all of that. And then the next thing is responsibilities. This is where you tell them what they are responsible for, you know, the areas, what they have to do. And then we have that for graphic designers. Here's some more examples. I have to speed through this, otherwise I don't make it. And then the fourth thing is competencies. Here's an example for an appointment setter. And you can see already, you know, all these words that I'm using. High standards, massive action, you're hungry and driven, you're persistent. Like, these are all red words. These are all attracting people that are driven by competition, and that's how I'm attracting a red personality for that one, okay? Super important that you're using that in the screening process already. We have a complete template you can use to set this up for yourself, so this is gonna be that. And we have complete scorecards for all these positions that we're gonna give you, so check this out. So then we have the scorecard. Now we're gonna create the full role and job description, and what we're gonna do is we have here in that second section what you will do. This will be the scorecard. But we also want to talk about the company, about us. This will be for you if, more required skills and experiences, why join us, our benefits, and at the end we have an application form where they will apply and we will screen with questions, okay? So here's the template. You will get this at the end where you can fill out more about you guys. And then this is, for example, for an executive assistant. This will be for you if, at the end, you know, with like more experiences, and this for an appointment setter, okay? So 4th step, you set up the application form. We have a template for this as well. This is what I used to hire a head of operations actually a few weeks ago for our company. And what you want to do is you want to screen for experience and skills, future-based values question, color personality, logistical questions, and attention to detail when filling that out, okay? The process looks like this for screening an interview. You have a screening process. You run ads, you do job posts, LinkedIn, or manual outreach in your network. People apply through the link at the job post I showed you, fill out the application form, and then you're screening the applications based on the questions I showed you. And then you have the interview process. The interview process goes like this. You have a screening interview based on value and culture fit. Then you have an who interview. You go back to past positions to see how they performed there. Focus interview is about the scorecard and the position you're hiring for. And reference interview, you can combine some of these, is where you check the references and basically the colleagues they worked with in the past. And then you decide on the candidate and make the offer. So we have complete interview guidelines for you. You will get all of this, what questions to ask. Additionally, checklists after each interview, what you need to tick to identify an A player, what they have to have in place for each position. So you will get this as well. And then you make the offer for the right candidate. Here's another checklist. Who is an A player? And red flag, what you should avoid, decision checklist, and email templates. My exclusive offer for you guys, want all the templates. You'll get it all for free. Just scan the code now.
If you like this video, then definitely subscribe for more videos like that. And if you want to learn more how we can help or just get any of the resources that we shared in this video, then definitely check the link in the description or just make a comment under the video and we'll make sure to hook you up or send you all the info that you need. Looking forward and seeing you in the next video.